Today's video, I'm showing off Pass and Play in Godot 4 for my mobile game. And this mobile game is called Fight Poker, which is an online 1v1 poker game. However, in today's video, I'm showing off the offline version for Pass and Play, how to make it for yourself so that you can use it in your own games. So if I push Pass and Play here, it'll boot up and it'll say Player 1. I can push Start. I can play all the cards I want to play. And then it'll say Player 2. I'll start that. I'll do the same thing. And then I'll go to scoring, and the cards will load in, and that's how you play it. And then we can go on to the next round, and it works like that. So the main thing that, like a general piece of advice before I get into the code, is I like to think about it as a bot game, but you don't have the bot play, you just have the player play as the bot. So like in here, I have this pass and play node, which I can turn on and off. And it has a sprite 2D, which is hidden. It has a duel for when two players are playing, and all that. And then what it will do is one player will take their turn. It will call this function and switch it over to the other player's turn. The other player is like the bot, although there's in the function it switches all the values. Then that player plays, and then it goes to scoring. So if I show it off in the code, this is the main function, the pass and play swap. So we set player 1's turn equal to not player 1's turn, which is, this is just a boolean. And then I have a string temp, a card temp, and an int temp. So I just go through here and name swap, where I set the temp equal to player name, set player name equal to enemy name, and enemy name equal to the temp. So that just swaps the values. I do the same thing for the icons, where I swap the icons. And then I do that again for the points, where I swap points. The rows are a little more complicated, but I swap the variables for all the cards, because each row is an array of cards, so I swap all of those. And then I have this board swap, where for each card, I call this pass swap, which just like flips its position on the screen. And these are all values based on my game, but yours would be different. And then I do a hand swap, where normally the player's hand is a set of cards, so it can be displayed on screen, but the bot's hand is just a set of ints. So I create a list temporary, and for each card in my hand, for the player's hand, I get the card's value and add it to the list of ints, and then I clear my hand. So this turns the player's hand into a list for the bot. And then for each card in the canvas layer hand, I queue free the physical node, because this is like the variables, this is the node. And then for each card in bot hand, I add it to the player hand, and then clear bot hand, and then finally set bot hand equal to the L temp. So this swaps the values. And then the last two things I do is a state swap, where I set my turn equal to enemy turn and enemy turn equal to my turn. And then I timer swap, so I swap the times. And what this does is that I already had all the code set up for the bot, where the bot would play with bot's cards. But in this code, whenever the bot would play, I instead turn that off, and then I have it so that the player plays, and then once this screen comes up, when they push start, it calls that flip function. It flips all the data, and then the player plays again, and it will look like the bot has played, because the player 1's data is now the bot's data, and then it goes to scoring, and everything works normally. So for your game, I would try to think about it like that, or at least that's how I did it. So if you want to do it like me, just have the bots, like take all the bot functionality, if you have a bot, and just allow player 1 to swap all their data to the bot once you're done. And this could work with multiple players. I just only needed 2. And I've been talking about the bot a lot in this video, which you can see here. There's multiple difficulties, and bots are unlocked and locked. And if you want to learn how to make this for your own game, click the video right here. And until next time, see ya.